screen.
One more race to bring you Singapore. Let's make sure we keep the energy levels right up there. I'm going to test you. Are you ready? Can you make
Women's 50 freestyle S10 final. European record set in the heats by the Turkish swimmer Defne Kurt'u. That record swim was a great way to end the heats this morning, Liz. I wonder if we're going to get something of the same to end the final session tonight.
Well, we will find out in not very long at all.
Susanna Cole for Estonia. She's been a medalist at the World Champs back in 2017. Sidorenko, already seen her on the medal podium in the breaststroke earlier on. Katie Cosgrave, first of the two Canadians. Here's the second, Ariana Hunziker. Maria Paula Barreta Zapata, silver medalist in 2022 championships in this event. Silver medalist in 2023 was Alessia Scortacchini from Italy. In the middle, the Paralympic champion in 100 freestyle, Emmeline Pierre of France. And Defne Kurt'u, surprise package, Turkey swimmer, 27.34 in qualification, championship record, European record, over a second ahead of anyone else in the field.
Well, she absolutely annihilated her previous best from this year in that heat. This morning she looked just as surprised as anyone else. The question now is, can she replicate it? Because if she can, then it's difficult to see the gold medal going anywhere else.
She holds championship record, the Turkey swimmer in lane number 4. 27.34, that is world record, 27.10. That's set in Paris last year by Chen Yi of China. Next to her, Emmeline Pierre in lane number 5. Alessia Scortacchini in lane number 3. Can they catch the Turkish swimmer?
Take your marks.
Well, they all reacted pretty similarly off the block. It is Kurt who gets the best underwater, and she comes up in the lead. Scortacchini, great speed, the Italian, one lane up from her. Yeah, strong in the closing stages, but it does look to be going to the form guide from this morning.
Yeah, it looks like Kurt might be into the wall first here. We'll just keep an eye on the clock. What a swim this is going to be. 27.21. Another excellent swim there from Defne Kurt'u. Another championship record, another European record for her. And it's a gold medal to Turkey. 27.91 was second for Scortacchini. And it was Ariana Hunziker who comes in for the bronze medal, 28.59. Just ahead of Barrera Zapata, 4/100ths behind.
Well, we saw the Hunziker sneak onto the podium. Two Canadians this one. Notable absence of Aurélie Rivard, who is taking this major championships out to finish her studies. But Hunziker has stepped up, slid in with that very final stroke, because Barrera Zapata looked like she had that bronze medal.
Defne Kurt'u, another fantastic swim from the Turkey swimmer. A championship record, 27.21. And she wins ahead of Alessia Scortacchini and Ariana Hunziker.
the victory ceremony for the women's 50 meters freestyle S10. Bronze medalist, representing Canada, Ariana Hunziker. Silver medalist, representing Italy, Alessia Scortacchini. Gold medalist and world champion, representing Turkey, Defne Kurt'u. Please rise if you're able for the national anthem of Turkey. Put your hands together for your medalists.
Well, 200 metres individual medley for the women in the S10 class coming up right now, Liz. Good night for Germany so far.
Yes, they've had an excellent run. We say that sometimes the schedule falls in favour of certain countries and all their, like a lot of their best events, and they've still got gold medal opportunities to come. But first up it is this SM10 women's 200 metres individual medley.
There's Defne Kurt. Well, we saw her win the 50 freestyle yesterday. What can she do from the outside lane? Turkish swimmer Gabrielle Smith, medalist yesterday in the breaststroke from New Zealand. Poppy Wilson, we saw her supporters in the crowd. The Australian 17-year-old Kasinga Hawks for Hungary goes in lane number 2. Maria Jaworska from Poland, experienced campaigner, 6 World Championship. Katie Cosgrave from Canada, Paralympic bronze medalist in butterfly. Lisa Kruger, World Champion back in 2022. Faye Rogers, the bronze medalist, and the fastest entry time into this final at the 200 IM. Great Britain's Faye Rogers and Lisa Kruger go in the middle lanes, 4 and 5 in this women's 200 IM SM10. Well, Faye Rogers, we know, is a very strong butterflyer. Been setting records this year. 200 metres butterfly world record holder Faye Rogers.
Take your marks.
What can she do in this 200 IM?
Well, Kruger and Rogers have very similar impairments. Kruger had a great 100 meters breaststroke already, but the question really is what can Kurt of Turkey do down in this bottom lane here, closest to us. She started off very well indeed in this butterfly. There was no heat in this one this morning, so this was direct final. So these athletes seeded on their entry times. As we go into the turn, it is Kurt 29.23 ahead of Rogers 30.10, just 8/100ths ahead of Cosgriff of Canada. They are your top three after the butterfly. As we said, Kruger of the Netherlands is probably the strongest breaststroker in the field as we now focus on Rogers, but just at the bottom here, it is Kurt going very well still as they go into the final 15 of the backstroke.
She's a little bit of an unknown quantity, isn't she, Daphne Kurt? We saw her in the 50. We haven't seen her in any other strokes other than the freestyle. And she leads them through the halfway point. Rogers in second, Cosgriff in third. 106.69 against 107.18 here. This is an interesting one, but Kurt very much in this one as Rogers looking good in the middle.
Yeah, those top three have had an excellent first 100 meters. We will keep our eye on lane number 5 for Kruger as she starts to claw her way back on the breaststroke. Key is not to use too much energy up. You do need to get back on level terms. It does look like now Rogers has moved ahead of that fast start from Kurt. Kruger starting to come up to Cosgriff, the Canadian, but we're underwater here with Faye Rogers, who will turn and head for home in first position. The athlete from Great Britain, 152.26 ahead of 153.0 for Kurt, and Kruger did get the third place touch just at that point. So now it's a question of who has got the strongest freestyle. Is it the 400 freestyler of Rogers versus the 50 freestyler of Kurt?
Well, Rogers looking across now, Kurt coming back now, almost on level terms, but I think Rogers might just have this one into the last 5 now. Kurt coming back with every single stroke now, into the finish, into the red zone. It's going to be all on the touch now. Where's it going to go? It is going to go to Daphne Kurt, 2:28.30. Rogers in second, 2:28.52, and Kruger comes through for the bronze. But what a race, and what a comeback from Daphne Kurt there from Turkey, and she will take another gold medal here at these World Championships.
Well, she gave herself an excellent chance there with that first 100 meters, so strong on the butterfly. Faye Rogers used up that endurance that she has from the 400 meters freestyle, and it really did just come down to who finished on the full stroke, who finished. It could have gone either way. It might have been different if they'd been in lanes next to each other, but they weren't, and in the end it was 0.22. Lisa Kruger did consolidate that breaststroke leg to finish in third position, just ahead of Katie Cosgriff. What a meet Daphne Kurt is having. Silver medal for Faye Rogers though, the day after her birthday, so she won't be too disappointed, but it was so tight.
Well, Daphne Kurt wins that close contest to win the 200 metres individual medley SM10 ahead of Great Britain's Faye Rogers and Lisa Kruger of the Netherlands.
The victory ceremony for women's 200 metres individual medley SM10. representing Turkey, Defne Kurt'un. Please rise if you're able for the national anthem of Turkey.
On the podium for Australia. Well, another superb race there, Liz. Women's 100 metres butterfly S10 final. The Paralympic champion Faye Rogers is in lane number 4.
Well, in the first few races, 2 Paralympic champions locked out of the podium.
Absolutely. Garrido Brun was superb. He's not swum like that for a long time, the Spaniard, and I'm pleased he's on the medal podium. Poppy Wilson is the first we'll see in the swim and sunbed butterfly, the first of the 2 Australians, Paralympic Games finalists in Paris last year. Alessia Scortechini, well, she's the world champion back in 2017, Singahots. World Championship medalist from Hungary, 400. Taylor Winnett, Paralympic Pan Am champion for America. Jasmine Greenwood, second of the Australians, World Championship bronze medalist. She goes in lane number 6. Katie Cosgrave, Paralympic Games bronze medalist, goes in lane number 3. And the 2 in the centre lanes, Defne Kurt, Turkey swimmer who's had a great week, 2 gold medals already to her name in the 50 freestyle and the 200 metres individual medley. And Faye Rogers, a Paralympic champion from Great Britain, gold medalist in the 400 freestyle, and silver behind Kurt in the individual medley. But that was a really close contest between those 2. But this is the event that Faye Rogers excels at. She's the world champion from 2023 and the Paralympic champion from last year. Fascinating contest between the 2 in the centre lanes. Can anyone challenge those 2 fastest qualifiers? Katie Cosgrave and Jasmine Greenwood might be the most likely in 3 and 6.
Greenwood gets off to an excellent trademark start. The yellow cap in lane 6 for Australia. But the unknown quantity in this one is Defne Kurt of Turkey in 5. She's got an excellent sprint speed. We saw her go out well in the 200 metres individual medley on the butterfly, and she had a brilliant win in the 50 freestyle earlier in the week. She leads at the turn 28.71 ahead of 29.99 for Faye Rogers, with Katie Cosgrave of Canada 30.48. Kurt is on inside of the world record pace as she goes through the 75-metre mark.
Well, she is a good sprinter, Kurt. We don't know what she's like in the 100 distance, and we're about to find out as here comes Faye Rogers back on Defne Kurt. It is between those two in the middle lanes. I think it might be Defne Kurt just about holding on, but here comes Rogers. Oh, on the touch again, and it's Kurt will get it in 103.99. 3/100ths of a second between the two of them, and Defne Kurt has won another title here in Singapore. 103.91 for her, 103.94 for Faye Rogers, and Katie Cosgrave 105.82 for the bronze medal. Just 2/100ths ahead of Jasmine Greenwood. Well, it's a European record for Defne Kurt, but Faye Rogers was coming back all the time, Liz, but Kurt just had enough to hold on.
Yeah, it was definitely a race between a sprinter and an endurance athlete. Kurt took it out, but at the closing, the difference was 1.28 at the start. It was only 3/100ths at the end. Both of those athletes under the old European record. Incredible race, right down to the wire.
Defne Kurt takes the title in the women's 100 butterfly in a new European record, 103.91. Faye Rogers, the Paralympic champion, silver medalist this time. And Katie Cosgrave gets the bronze with an America's record, just ahead of Jasmine Greenwood.
The victory ceremony for the women's 100-meter butterfly S10. Representing Canada, Katie Cosgrave.
given himself the confidence, and he's continued that form from Paris last year.
Women's 100 freestyle S10. 3 gold medals already this week to Defne Kurt of Turkey. Can she add another one in this final?
Well, she looked great. She's the only swimmer to dip under that 1 minute mark in the heats this morning.
Yeah, 59.11 for Kurt. But there's danger here in almost every lane. Some top performers. Olivia Jaworska, she's already taken a medal this week in the 400 freestyle. Poppy Wilson, so great support for her in the crowd a little bit earlier. She goes in lane number 1. Silver medalist in the 50 freestyle was Alicia Scotticchini, a medalist last year in this event as well. Bronze medalist in that 50 freestyle this week, Ariana Hunsiger from Canada. Maria Barreta Zapata, well, silver medalist at last World Championships. The Colombian goes in 6. Faye Rogers has had a great week, gold medal in the 400 freestyle. Silver, a couple silvers as well for the Great Britain swimmer. Paralympic champion in her home Paralympic Games in Paris. Emmeline Pierre goes in 5. But a great swim in the heats for Defne Kurt from Turkey. 3 gold medals already to her name this week, the Turkish swimmer. She won the 50 freestyle, she won the butterfly, and she won the 200 IM. She goes in lane number 4, Paralympic champion Emmeline Pierre of France, right next to her. Faye Rogers of Great Britain in lane number 3. Barrera Zapata, silver medalist from the last World Championships, in lane number 6. So star-studded field here in this women's 100 freestyle S10.
Yeah, getting away well, down in 7 was Scotticchini for Italy. She's got great 50 speed. She'll be looking to use that here today, but already forging a lead in that centre lane is the swimmer from Turkey, Kurt. She looks very good in these early stages. That straight arm freestyle leading the field as they go into the turn. It will be Kurt over first, 28.03. She's under world record pace at the turn. Pierre with second, 29.06, just 1/10 of a second ahead of Rogers.
There's Rogers just behind Defne Kurt. You just see the arms of Emmeline Pierre there, but Defne Kurt now trying to come back now. Is she going to claim that world record? I think she might have this one sewn up as Rogers and Pierre try to come back, but it is going to be another gold medal to Defne Kurt of Turkey. And the time, 59.08. It's a championship record for Defne Kurt of Turkey. Another gold medal to the Turkish swimmer. A great finish from Faye Rogers from Great Britain to take her into second. And the Paralympic champion, Emmeline Pierre, will claim the bronze medal. 1 minute .97 for the French woman, 1 minute .46 for Faye Rogers, but 59.08 for the Turkish swimmer.
Well, it was 3 100s quicker than she went in the heats this morning. Kurt is very consistent. The world record of Aurélie Rivard from Canada lives for another day. But what a find this swimmer has been for Turkey. They're having a great week. She's having a great week.
There, it is number 4 for Defne Kurt, the Turkey swimmer. 4 gold medals at these championships. What a debut World Championship she has had. Defne Kurt of Turkey takes the 100 freestyle S10, 59.08 championship and European record.
Please rise if you are able for the national anthem of Turkey.
We've talked about countries dominating events, but he's an individual who's dominated.
Women's 100 backstroke S10 on their way out now. One of the stars of these championships will go in lane number 4, Defne Kurt from Turkey. Freekvist, the 19-year-old from Denmark. It's a big night for Denmark. A few finalists tonight. Ariana Hunsiger, bronze medalist in the 50 freestyle. Taylor Winnett, the Pan-American champion from USA, goes in 7. Emmeline Pierre, Paralympic Games bronze medalist, goes in 2. Bronze medalist in the 100 earlier this week. And there's Jasmine Greenwood, the Australian. What can she do from lane number 6? Bianca Papp, well, she's dominated this event in recent times. 3 times a world champion, twice a Paralympic champion. She was behind Katie Cosgrove from Canada in the qualification heats, and as I said, one of the stars of these championships, Defne Kurt from Turkey. 4 gold medals to her name already. She's won the 50 freestyle, the 100 freestyle, 200 individual medley, and the 100 butterfly. And she qualified in the fastest time from the qualification heats. The Turkey swimmer in lane number 4, Bianca Papp, Paralympic and world champion, goes next to her in lane number 3. This should be an interesting one. Fastest qualifier, Defne Kurt of Turkey in 4. Paralympic champion Bianca Papp, 1 lane up in lane 3.
Yeah, there's opportunity across the pool here for places on that podium. Kurt got off to a good start. The better start probably coming from Cosgrove in 5, but now it is the swimmer of Turkey who is edging ahead as they go through the 35-meter mark. 1 lane up from her Paralympic champion and defending world champion Papp will look to finish strongly, but as they go into the turn, it is Kurt 31.96 ahead of Cosgrove's 32.51 with Papp 33.33. She's right on the world record pace here, just 1/100th off. She's had a good turn, Kurt, and she's come up. She's going through the 75 meters ahead of Cosgrove, with Papp still in 3rd.
Cosgrove trying to come back now. Defne Kurt, though, looks like she might be on her way to another gold medal here. But here comes Katie Cosgrove in the closing stages now. Kurt is definitely tying up. Is she going to hold on here right to the end? Cosgrove into the wall, and Kurt will get it, though. And it's 5 gold medals and a world record time almost there for Cosgrove. Well, just outside, actually. I thought it was inside. It is just outside the world record, but Cosgrove gets the silver, and Bianca Papp will take the bronze, the Paralympic champion. Bronze medal this time for the Hungarian. But Cosgrove in a silver medal position really pushed Defne Kurt all the way to the end.
Well, Cosgrove was finishing quickly, Pap was really closing the gap. We said she'd finish fast. She did, but there was just not enough pool left. Kurt had done all the damage down that first 50. She looked great. She's shown us great sprint speed in all of her events this week. She had a great turn, but it was the final 10 meters where Cosgrove and Pap were coming back with every stroke.
Well, Defne Kurt, 5 gold medals to her name. She was right on world record pace. I thought it was inside there, but she did tie up in the closing stages. And Cosgrove will be delighted with that serve, the Canadian. That was very close at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. All done there. She's doing 5. That's her 5th gold medal of the week.
Defne Kurt takes her 5th gold medal of these championships.
Bronze medalist representing